हम केनिया चलेंगे। ब्रायन ओवायो वहाँ के सहाफ़ी जो मुंसलिक हैं टेलीविज़न से हमें ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं। A very warm welcome to you. Mr. Obaya, unfortunate incident, a great tragedy for Pakistan, but how common it is to have cases of mistaken identity in Kenya?
Thank you, Fariha. Yeah, like you've put it, we have been following this tragic incident of our colleague, Mr. Sharif, from here in Nairobi. And it's not a common thing. It's not a really common thing to hear about cases of mistaken identity, either here in Kenya or elsewhere. So this one has really caught us.
So it's like, let's say one case in a million or one case in thousands, and that happened to be a person from Pakistan. Is that so?
It would be difficult to really quantify that, but it's been a long time since we heard of a case of mistaken identities.
But so I've seen your tweets and I've seen your reports. They're very informative and they've been hugely quoted here in Pakistan. You say the fatal shot that killed Arshad Sharif was fired with precision through the rear mirror of the car, penetrated through the back of his head and exited through the front side. I was very impressed by this tweet because I had been speaking to a few experts in Pakistan and they had raised the same issue. So this observation was very important. Then you say further details now show that Arshad Sharif motor vehicle was shot at 9 times. 4 of these bullets through the left side of the vehicle, 1 bullet deflated the right side tire. Again, they are a very interesting detail. And then you follow this up, showing the picture of the vehicle. Can we say now, in the light of your tweets, it was not a normal stop and search case?
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's not something anyone wants to mince their words about, because remember, police began saying that this was a case where they were trying to find some kidnapped child in a certain motor vehicle. And then that child was, they were trailing some vehicle. And when Sharif and Mr. Kuram Ahmed came close to a roadblock, and this roadblock was just made of some few stones, they did not stop. They proceeded, and that is when they had gunshots. From that statement, police are not saying who was the gunshots. They don't say who was shooting from that official police statement. Now, that one in itself brought up a lot of questions.
If you allow me, I saw your report yesterday also, and you informed us that the police had been saying that there were barriers, there were no barriers, there were small stones there, and that's only one part. I've got this whole list of the questions raised by Kenyan media. They say, did the police attempt to stop the vehicle and did the occupants defy the orders? Why did the police open fire and yet the occupants were not shooting at them? Why didn't the police shoot the vehicle's tires to immobilize it instead of lethal force? Why did the police aim at the passenger and not the driver? Why did the police open fire and yet there was a child allegedly on board the vehicle that was reportedly carjacked? You think these are all very, very important questions, and have you found answer to any of these?
These are the very questions we are asking back here, and we are expecting to get some answers to those questions. And one of the major questions that is actually not being asked is that the General Service Unit, rather the GSU officers who we are told were involved in that manhunt for the child, is not a regular police operation that we would see every other time. This is a specialized unit that is only put into action, that is only put on assignment when there is dire need for that assignment. I will tell you that we have a very professional police service back here in Kenya who will know and understand the assignment they are up to.
So but then do we have the identity of the child they were looking for? Because there were reports that that car was already detected half an hour before this incident took place.
And that is why we are not very much convinced about the abduction, because we have only been given a number plate of that particular vehicle, and that particular vehicle, from the local searches we are making, we are unable to make any headwinds, or rather any headways in terms of getting to identify what type of vehicle it was and if it actually matched the same vehicle.
Do we know who the child was? Do we know who the family is?
We do not know that yet, but the police report has put up some name of the family whom we are yet to reach, because that information is confined within police circles.
So all we have is the name of the vehicle, which we now know has been found out.
All we know is a vehicle that we have not seen. We are told that vehicle has been stolen, not the one Mr. Sharif was in.
So now, did you do any research on the vehicle Mr. Sharif was in? Apparently, there was a person with him. Did you get in touch with him?
We are yet to get to a Mr. Kuram Ahmed to just get to understand if there were any police officers manning that particular roadblock, because from the police report, we realized that the report appears to tell us that there was no one manning the roadblock and that the bullets just came from somewhere. If you read the police report clearly, it does not say that there was anyone manning the roadblock. It says that they chose to go past the stones, and that's when they had bullets. If it was indeed police officers shooting at them, it would mean that police actually shot at people whom they did not know simply because they went past a roadblock.
And you're saying that there are no signs of a proper roadblock. There were only stones there. Were there any other people who you may have spoken to who said that, yes, we saw stop and search and we stopped for that?
Nobody appears to know that, apart from that detail is only in the police report. It's not anywhere else.
But if you said you visited the area, did you happen to talk to people who said, yes, we saw the roadblock, or we saw the incident, or were there any CCTV footages there? CCTV cameras there?
And that's why I'm actually saying that detail is not with anyone else, apart from in the police report. Nobody on the scene remembers seeing a roadblock. Nobody on the scene remembers being stopped for anything. That detail is only in the police report.
That's a huge thing that you're telling me, Mr. Brian. You're saying that nobody in that area seems to remember that roadblock?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Again,
I'm not saying, for avoidance of doubt, I'm not saying the roadblock wasn't there. I'm only saying that those we've spoken to and those who are close by, they do not remember seeing such a roadblock. And for the avoidance of doubt, here in Kenya, we don't raise road blockades using stones. I mean, police have a proper channel under which they erect roadblocks. Roadblocks are never erected using stones, especially not when there is an entire unit of the GSU or the police out on a manhunt. It doesn't happen like that.
So how did the police confuse a KDG 200M and a KDG 700F? You're saying the numbers were different as well.
That is not even the biggest question yet. The biggest question is that why then would police fire over 10 bullets on a vehicle that they say they are about to rescue a child? You fire 10 bullets in a rescue mission, because then it puts in danger everybody else, including the people you intend to actually rescue.
Exactly, and considering there was a child on board as well. What are Kenyan newspapers and reporters suggesting? What do they know about Arshad Sharif's? Why was Arshad Sharif there, according to your reports?
We do not know that. That will be a personal question. Unfortunately, we cannot ask him. But the Pakistan High Commissioner here in Kenya said he was here on a holiday. But we know from independent sources that he had been in Dubai, and we understand that he may have been fleeing from something in Dubai. And just to mention that most of the answers to the questions you are asking me may actually be back in Islamabad and not here in Nairobi.